How do I... Okay. Anyway, this was a video I was not gonna make, and then I wanted to make it, and then I changed my mind, and then I changed my mind again. So here we are. Mostly because I bought an expensive lens, and I would like to use it. Why are you connecting to the iPad? That's so weird. Anyways, so I'm at 10, well, at least at the time of posting this video, I'm at 10 years on YouTube. My first video was posted April 24th, 2015. So I figured I'd make a birthday video for my channel. I mean, 10 is kind of a big deal, even though I've never really been consistent until the last few months. And of course, to what's the word I guess I want to say this, motivate myself, I got some new camera equipment. I bought the Sony 24-70 GM2. I did buy it used. We ain't paying $2,300. I still paid a I still paid a pretty penny for this though, because where it's the current generation and it's only been out for roughly a year or something like that, maybe 2 years. No, maybe like 2 years. I think it's been like 2 years, something like that. It came out within the last couple of years, so where it's the current generation, it's still unfortunately very expensive used. But I did trade in my 24-50 that I had, that I was using for like all my videos. Part of me wishes I would have kept that, because vlogging wise, holy hell, is my camera heavy with this lens now. Like, it's a noticeable difference, but that is what it is. I also bought a GM35 1.4 for something special that I will disclose if I actually end up doing it. But I also downloaded the control app for Sony, so that way I can use my iPad. Because I bought this iPad last August and I don't really use it for anything, so I'm like, why don't I hook my camera to it as a display? Because I think that's what a lot of people do now, because, oh, that's different. Sorry, it's just different orientation gives you different look. But I don't really use my iPad, so I kind of regret buying it. But yeah, so we're trying out new app, new lens, trying out a different orientation for the mic. I have it a little lower because I believe I'm not supposed to have it like way up here, because technically you're projecting out, so then your chin kind of blocks it if it's on your lapel over here, or on your neck. I guess kind of the lapel's meant here. But yeah, so we're gonna try it a little lower. Hopefully it sounds a little bit better. I was originally gonna make a cake because it's a birthday, but I don't need cake in my life right now. As much as I would like it, I do not need it. I will make a cake for my birthday though. I will definitely make a cake for my birthday, but for my YouTube birthday, we're gonna take a recipe from the Delish Insane Treats book. I got this like forever ago. I think I got this like just before COVID, so I got this in like 2019. And I don't really use it. Like, I have it marked up to all kind of things. Like, I believe pink is cookies. What is... Okay, pink is cookies. The greenish yellow is cake. The orange is brownies, and the blue, what's blue? Blue is more cookies? Blue is more cookies. But wait, why didn't I just use pink if I'm... Skylar, what the hell? Okay, anyways, we're making birthday cake blondies. I like that I can use this to see if this is in focus. Okay, great idea. Okay, I was gonna sell my iPad. Now I'm not going to, because honestly, a good external monitor that's this size, like, external monitor that is this size would probably cost like $1,000. Granted, obviously this can only just monitor and I can change settings. I can't obviously like record to an SSD or something, but you know. If I ever get to a point where I really need to record to an external SSD, which I don't see happening anytime soon, I'd probably have a way more expensive camera for that. So, also, hopefully the white balance is okay, because my camera freaked out every time I tried to change it. So it gave me a neutral lighting. Okay, we're back. My neighbors are no longer staring in my window. I hate having neighbors sometimes. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna make birthday cake blondies. Also, while my neighbors were doing neighborly things, I went and grabbed my hand mixer and then plugged it into an extension cord. So hopefully the house doesn't explode because there's terrible wiring in this building. So, yeah, little concerned on that one. But we're gonna hope for the best. Okay, so what does the oven need to be on? 350? Cool, we love a nice 350. Boop, 350. All right. I didn't like plan this out very well. Do I need to melt butter? This does use butter. All right. Since this is YouTube, I have to use a clear bowl so you can see what I'm doing, because if you can't see it, did I actually do it myself? All right, we need to melt butter. Only a stick, because we're cutting this in half. Like, so when I started YouTube, I was a year out of college, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I graduated with a psychology degree, and I was working at a grocery store. I worked at a grocery store till 2006, well, technically 2017, but I left in 2016, but I came back on like my vacations and Sundays and stuff just to pay for my car payment. Because when I moved on to my current employer, my previous one, because I went back to my original store, and of course, as a result, my original manager, she got my store manager to basically keep my pay the same, and that I was just a weekend manager essentially, so that way, you know, she could not stress the hell out every weekend, because I was the most efficient person she has ever had. Let me tell you, I'm gonna teach you how to cold that floor in 10 minutes when it takes everyone else an hour. Because plot twist, people take too long to read dates. Oh, this is another problem. Wait, 1 teaspoon? I thought it was 1 tablespoon of baking powder. No. Really? Okay. Alright. 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 Also, I have learned over the years that I really love just using a 1/4 teaspoon measure and a 1/4 cup measure when I have to do by volume. I really, really hate using other ones. Okay, so I need another bowl for my flour mixture. I think maybe. Do we want to do a flour mixture? Yeah. Okay, we'll do a dry mixture. We can do that. We'll do that. Boopity boop. I love that I am unironically using tasty bowls for this. Unironically. Alright. This is gonna be a mess. But anyways, like I was attempting to 1.5? 1.5 cups, okay. I think I'd say, like, I was a year out of college, working in a grocery store, didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I started YouTube. And that was back when anyone could do YouTube ads, like Google's AdSense, because you didn't have to, what's the word? You didn't have to meet certain requirements to be in the partner program. You just had to like be approved essentially. I think it had like have at least 1 video upload or something like that. It wasn't much. It was a lot simpler. I made 10 cents, I think, or something, because let's be real, 2015, I wasn't even adjusting my white balance. Who's gonna watch a poorly filmed video with ads everywhere? You know? And I was making YouTube videos in secret. My parents did not know, still do not know, because my mom is one of those people that would freak out, like, oh my God, you're on the internet. You can't be on the internet, it's not safe. Not in that way, but that's how I picture her talking about being on the internet. In reality, she sounds like me, essentially. Also, I'm doing cinnamon. This is not in the recipe, but because we are using brown sugar, I'm putting cinnamon just because it's a nice little warmth. Okay. I don't feel like whisking because I just don't care enough today. I just don't. Oh, wait, I need... Yeah, I did it. I did the half. Okay. I'm like, did I do the baking powder? It's like, yes, I did. I'm just too lazy to whisk this. But anyways, I'm off track. This is me. This is YouTube. This is me. And that I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a mess. And I guess YouTube was my way of trying to figure something out. Get myself something to do in the spare time. Ooh, 3/4 of a cup. All right. It's just like, I don't know. What was I didn't know what to do. So I started doing YouTube. I had a friend start doing it. They stopped. I'm still here 10 years later. But I will say doing YouTube did allow me to meet some people when I went to VidCon for the first time. It's allowed me to kind of meet people like through Twitter and stuff. So like it's had its positives, but it has been very stressful because it's like making YouTube at home when my parents weren't home caused me to be inconsistent. I didn't really do anything exciting. How much brown sugar? 3/4. Oh, that's so annoying. So that's a 1/4 and a half. All right, a 1/4 and an 1/8. All right, whatever. So, good enough. So that's part of, I guess, is the issue when I started. It's just like I had to do it when no one was home. And then when I moved out, my first set of roommates, I just felt weird filming with them home. And then moving to my second roommate, the same thing. I felt weird. Here, I'm on roommate number, like, this is my 1, 2, 3, 4, this is my 5th roommate technically that I've lived with. I have no problem filming when they're home, mostly because they just like sleep. They just don't care. All right, I'm gonna mix it up real quick. We'll be right back. Okay, got that partially mixed here. But like I was trying to say, is that a lot of the last decade has been just me being scared of people hearing me make YouTube videos, watching me, whatever. But also, I don't have a very exciting life. So that's where some of that inconsistency comes from. It's just like, I don't know what to film. I don't know when to film. And it just, I don't know. I compare myself to, you know, all the big successful YouTubers, even smaller YouTubers who, you know, I watched them grow from a couple thousand to over 100,000. And yet I'm sitting here after 10 years with, you know, a couple hundred, and I appreciate all those people who have subscribed. I really do. You know, it's nice to see it, even, you know, it took several years. But hey, I appreciate all you. I truly do. It's just like life in general. It is hard to not compare yourself to others, especially ones that you see being very successful doing the exact same thing you have been doing. It's very hard. I'm also supposed to do these eggs one at a time. I don't care enough to do that because this is just for me. So don't care. I'm also gonna put this vanilla in at the same time too. Oh my god, that smells amazing. Oh shoot. Alright, it's one of those vanillas where you have to like... Some vanillas you can kind of just pour it right out, others do dribble. Hate that I just like lost vanilla. That's okay. How much am I supposed to put in here? A whole tablespoon. Well, okay. Alright. Alright. We'll do what I didn't really want to do, which is this. I already poured some in there, so I can just use the rest. Alright, so this is you have to measure that one. It's just, it's too full right now, so it dribbled. Much like my life. Alright. Move these out of the way. But yeah, really hard to not compare yourself to others. Like, I have definitely watched some people who appeared out of nowhere suddenly jump from like a couple hundred to over 100,000 after like a year, and it's just like they didn't really change anything other than being more consistent, but they're doing the same things I'm doing, and it's like, I think that's also why I've continuously bought more expensive things, thinking that's gonna make things better. It's not. It's gonna give me material joy, and that's really it. Okay, but yeah, so I think that's probably my biggest issue with YouTube, is just being scared of being consistent, but also constantly worrying that what I'm gonna make is just not gonna be entertaining enough. I can never English when I speak too quickly. It's like, you know, my mouth is moving, but the brain ain't thinking. Just dump it all in, you say? Add vanilla, add dry, wet, beat until combined. Okay. Boop. So I'm hoping that now that I've hit 10 years, maybe iSkylar can actually be iSkylar. Alright. Finish this part by hand, just so I don't like overmix it. Like, reality, it's actually kind of hard to overmix when you're doing it on a low speed to begin with, but just to save myself potential embarrassment. So I bought KitchenAid's collection a while back of like their like anodized pans. However, I failed to think about the fact that it's bakeware. The cover's gonna scratch off over time. Because I want it to match my oven mitts, which are, I think it's like willow blue is what they call it. So I got the matching pans, or close enough matching anyways. But they do, unfortunately get shred, which sucks. You know what? They at least were, when I bought them, rather competitively priced for like other name brands. But just remember, for people who like to bake at home, you don't need expensive pots and pans or bakeware. You just need ones that are solid. Not too thin, but not too thick. All right, I'm gonna put some parchment in here to get things out easier. Because I don't care what people say. Unless thing is super, super buttery and the butter's gonna kind of leak out a little bit, so to speak, always put parchment. Always, always, always. I'm also gonna cut this, I think, so I can make like strips. As I don't care if the pan gets a little icky over time, like that's gonna happen. But I just want to like do this, so I can like lay this over basically, and just like yank it out. That's kind of the goal, like that, kind of. So that way you can just literally pull it out. So even though we're gonna put parchment, still make sure you are spraying well though. It will make a difference. I promise you that. I'm literally gonna just spray that too. Spray your parchment, trust me. Not like excessively, but spray it, please. Please spray your parchment. Because guess what? Parchment can stick. All right, not to the pan, just to the product. All right, so how are we doing this? Fold in 1/2 cup of chocolate chips and a third cup. Okay, so we're halving everything here. There. All right. Because it's birthday. You have to have sprinkles on your birthday. All right, how many white chocolate chips are we doing? So it's supposed to be 2 1/4 cup. And we're doing 1 1/2 cup. So we're doing 3/4 of a cup of white chocolate chips mixed in here. This is literally just a chocolate chip cookie with sprinkles. Let's just be real here. That's what this is. That's what this is. Oh, let's make my sprinkles. Is this even gonna like mix? I guess it will. Oh, okay. Well, you know, whatever. All right. Well, we're gonna hope for the best here. I think this will be fine. I don't mind these like our thinner brownies. That's not really much of a worry there. Ugh. This would probably be a little more dry if I hadn't put 2 whole eggs in here. Like, I probably just did like the egg yolk, honestly. Like a whole egg and an egg yolk and it probably would have been fine, but I'd rather just have the extra moisture, let's be real. Okay. So now, it wants us to sprinkle sprinkles on top. So that way I guess it kind of sinks in as it bakes. Not positive on that one. I'm also a weirdo, because I will do this. I'll throw up 8 sprinkles. Love it. And then chocolate chips. I do fear this will not be eaten in its entirety. I'll probably end up throwing some of this out, honestly. Not because it's bad, but just like, I don't think I'm gonna eat all this. Alright. Here's, I think I can safely do this. Here's what it looks like. Yeah, we can see that? Can I have my face? There you go. So we're gonna pop this in the oven for probably at least 30 minutes at 350, and then I will clean up and reconvene, so. Alright, we're back. I ended up cleaning in between, like I wouldn't vacuumed my entire apartment. Alright, so we're supposed to cool this thing completely. I don't care enough, because I would like to A, taste it, B, finish this video, so. We have our lovely... You're just gonna, I don't know. Alright. I'll be able to lift it right out. I didn't mean to do that, but that's fine. Alright. He lifted it out completely. Me trying to like hold it, I guess. But here we go. Here's what it looks like. I had my face, so it focuses on this. I didn't do 30 minutes. I probably could have done less than I did. I think I did like 25. Probably could have did 20, honestly, but that's okay. The edges got a little dark, but I don't think it's the fault of the recipe. It's because this is a dark pan. And for those who don't know, much how like dark clothing attracts lint, dark pans attract heat. So the very edges just caramelize a lot more because of the pan. So not a big deal there. All right. So I had an idea to write on top of this like happy birthday in chocolate, but I just don't feel like going through that much effort. So I'm just gonna melt some white chocolate like the recipe recommends and then just drizzle the top. I think that will be just the easiest. I don't know, this is done. Like it's what I want. So this was only, very hot bowl. I ended up doing 25 seconds the first go. Try to move over here. Toast, do not rub against the camera. We've been through this. But I did 25 seconds and then I ended up doing another 25. Okay, I'm gonna try to drizzle this the best I can. It's just, it's really hard because thick. Oh, got a glob on that one. I didn't mean to glob it. Okay, this is probably more than I actually needed, but that's fine. All right. Now I have to cut into this and hope for the best. The globs are bugging me so much. I just like, you know, kind of run my. I love white chocolate. It's not real chocolate, but it's my fave. I think because it's like mostly, it's just fat and sugar. All right, we gotta cut this open. We're up. Oh, I guess 10 and we're gonna open it. I feel like I should take a picture. Let me get my phone. All right. Now this could be thicker, but I put it. I thought a 9x9 pan would be fine, but I probably should have did a smaller pan than I thought. Yeah, this is literally just a cookie bar. I ain't mad about it, though. I ain't mad about it. I want more of an inside piece, honestly. Let me get up close so I can, like, show you what this looks like. Like, let me just... Look at that. That is so exciting. It's still warm, but it's fine. All right. I like that it's still warm, because it's like... I want more white chocolate. It is soft. It is chewy. It tastes great. So, me just kind of winging it with how much a second egg to add worked out. I guess this is to the next... Well, I don't know if it'll be another decade of iSkylar, but I just hope that I can be more consistent, have more fun, and stop caring so much. Because that's the problem. You don't need fancy equipment to make a good video. You don't need to be spending money to have content. I just have the problem of comparing myself to others who are literally doing just that. Damn, this tastes good. But just be you. Let's be realistic. I say for YouTubers of the current era, those who are rising up in the ranks, a lot of them are just being themselves. Like, the people I love watching the most, not to get a dig at them, but their actual, like, filming quality, like the angles and lighting and whatnot, is absolutely garbage. But I love watching them because it's more engaging, because they clearly aren't reshooting the same thing over and over again to make it look better. They're just like, one take, you get what you get. We ain't recreating the moment, and I love that. It's far more authentic. But I'm gonna leave it here. And here is to another year of iSkylar. Bye.